Hello, everyone. This is Kyle Kramer, the CEO of the Earth and Spirit Center, here with a special audio recording with Julie Schmucky, who is helping to convene and facilitate a wonderful new event that we have coming up. Hello, Julie.
Hi.
So this event, Julie, it's called Mindfulness Matters in Education, a community gathering. And we're going to unpack what exactly that means. But before we do, I wonder if you might share just a little bit about yourself and your background that led you to have an interest in pitching an idea like this to the Earth and Spirit Center and helping this come into being.
Well, I first became connected with Earth and Spirit Center in 2015, and I started attending the Saturday morning meditations with Kathleen Kalin. I still attend those monthly half-day retreats. And right after that, in 2016, I engaged in a Mindfulness for Educators course. It was
And
led
you
by,
are an educator, right?
yes, I'm retired from JCPS.
Okay.
Yes, worked in special education. And I attended that course by Patricia Salem, and it spanned several months, and it followed a curriculum that was developed by her and Ann Welter. And then right after that, there was a Mindfulness for Educators collaboration initiative held at the Earth and Spirit Center between Earth and Spirit Center and JCPS. And that was spearheaded by Donna Benton. And that was called Personal Practice Professional Application. And I attended that. So I met even more people who were involved with mindfulness and education. So then, meanwhile, I was just deepening my personal practice and became a volunteer with the mindfulness mentors who aren't necessarily but made up of educators, but there are a lot of educator or retired educators involved with that.
And that's a program that by which we deliver mindfulness instruction pro bono to folks involved in social service organizations, clients, staff, and schools as well, right?
Exactly. It's an
Okay.
outreach group whose
Yeah.
mission it is to bring mindfulness to people who are less likely to have access to it.
Yes. So you have a long history with us and with our programs having to do with mindfulness and education. And so how did this program come about?
Well, and then so after that, was fortunate enough to work with the Compassionate Schools Project.
Yes.
Just very briefly, before schools were closed to in-person instruction due to the COVID pandemic. So I had all these connections with people who had an investment and involvement with mindfulness and educations, but then it was sort of cut short. And I had difficulty getting mindfulness in the school that I was instructing at the time. So this came about partly selfishly because I wanted to see these people be able to come back together and bridge pre and post pandemic times, kind of mind the gap, so that there is a continuation of momentum for bringing mindfulness and education. So I think
And
it's beneficial.
yeah, I wanted to drill down with that with you for a moment, Julie. Tell the listeners and me in just a few words, why do you think mindfulness practices are so important in an educational context? Why does, to borrow the title of this event, why does mindfulness matter in education?
In education, it matters because it gives students that time for a pause to connect with themselves, with their learning mind, with their being present in their bodies and present in their environment. So it can bring calm and stillness. It also can bring that openness to learning. That's so important.
Well, I completely agree, and I'm just thrilled that you have brought this back to the fore in our programming. So let's talk a little bit about this event. It just detail wise, this is on Thursday, March 14th at 5:30 p.m. and this is a community gathering where folks who believe, as you say in the description here, where the folks who believe in the benefit of mindfulness and education can connect with each other and support each other's ideas and efforts. What are your hopes for what's going to happen that March 14th evening?
I hope that people come together who haven't met before around
Mhm.
this, or people that have met before but have gotten separated, the chance for them to reconnect, and that people will share their visions about mindfulness and education, things they've had a chance to implement, challenges they've met, just and a chance to network and have fellowship and inspire each other and energize each other to move forward in a supportive way.
Well, I think that's just wonderful and brilliant and dangerous, insofar as a lot of really interesting programs at the Earth and Spirit Center have started from exactly such conversations. So
Mm.
careful what we wish for, because
Well, we can only hope, right?
exactly. Well, I'm so excited both about this gathering and any other ideas and programs and possibilities that it may spark and spawn. So again, Julie, thank you so much. This, just to repeat for everyone, this is called Mindfulness Matters in Education. It's a community gathering on Thursday, March 14th at 5:30 p.m. and you will be there to help convene and facilitate. But this is a gathering where everyone's the leader insofar as they're bringing their own experience and contributions. So is there anything else that we have not covered in this conversation that people need to know?
No, I mean, I think this is a great chance for people to have conversations about how to help students flourish with
Yeah,
mindfulness in the
you,
educational setting. So,
one thing that occurred to me, Julie, that I should have asked earlier in terms of the audience, for whom is this intended? Is it only for teachers? Is it for administrative staff? Is it for parents or grandparents? Who is your hoped for audience?
well, really anyone who realizes how much this can help students
Okay.
flourish in their school day. But, primarily, I guess I have in mind teachers, counselors, administrators, whether that's from public or private schools, really kindergarten through college. We reached out to, all levels of education because
Okay.
it's important for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you so much for this brief conversation and for putting this idea forward. And it's really exciting to see it taking shape. And I'm thrilled to see what comes of this gathering. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Kyle.